Greetings! Thank you for joining me again and clicking on the play button. Today I'm going to take you on a little adventure in my quest to create art and paint from totally useless things. Today's useless thing is cat hair. Now, cat hair is very useful when it's attached to the cat, but once it's left the cat, totally useless. So, how on earth could a person make paint and art out of cat hair? Well, come with me to the table and I'll show you exactly how I did it. So here we are at the table, and the first thing we're going to need is some cat hair. So this is some that I've been collecting. It's from my cats. I've got 3 cats, so this is some that I've been collecting. So here's the fun part. How on earth can we turn this into paint? Well, the secret is my little friend. My little friend, my blowtorch. It's a food grade blowtorch, and we're going to burn the cat hair. Now this'll, look at the smoke coming off it. Believe me, you can't smell it, and I'm glad you can't, but it stinks. And you know, hair doesn't really like to burn because of the molecular structure of the hair. It doesn't actually burn, it kind of frizzles up so that it's, I'll just give it a little bit more of a go here and I'll show you what I mean. Can you see how it's kind of just shriveled up? It's not actually forming an ash, but the hair is, well, it's doing something. It's doing something. I'm no scientist, so I'm not really quite sure how to explain it to you. All I know is that we need to burn it to death. And this is so much fun. So before we started the video today, I went and took the batteries out of the smoke detectors because I thought that would be really distracting if those things were going off and screaming at us while we're doing our little experiment. So I went and took the batteries out. You see how this is taking quite a while. It's nowhere near burnt all the way through yet. So we'll just keep going. It's getting there, but you know, you've really got to make sure that, because when we make the paint, we're going to grind this in the little mortar and pestle, but we don't want any remaining hairs left because that won't actually grind. If there's any little hairs left, they won't grind and we're going to have to pick them out. So we may as well take a few more minutes to try and burn all of it, to get it to where we really need it to be. This was the best thing I ever purchased. Before I got this, I was messing around with a candle and tweezers, and I'd got burnt fingers, I'd got wax everywhere. It was just a mess. And then I ordered this off Amazon, and it was a game changer. Once I got it, I'm thinking, ooh, I wonder what else I could burn. So if you like watching me burn things, stay tuned. I've got lots more things that I think that I can burn and then turn into paint. So this is coming. We've still got, I don't know whether you can see, we can still see some of the hairs in there. So it's not there yet. Oh, now we've got quite the flame going. Woohoo! Oh, it's coming. Look, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. But to me, this is the fun part anyway. This is the best bit. Just going to give it another zoom across here. Just to see if we can finish off the last little bit of any remaining hairs that dared to survive. Ugh. It's really stinky. Okay, so I think we're ready for the next step. So the next step is to take the mortar and pestle and tip it in there and grind it. Now, because it's so burnt, it's not going to take a lot of effort to grind this to a powder. And the finer you grind it, the better it is. The smoother your paint will be, the finer you ground your pigment, because this is now our pigment. This is the best thing to do with cat hair. Oh my goodness. I can't think of anything else you could do with it. Like I say, I have 3 cats, so there is no shortage of cat hair. Okay, so once you've ground it, you're going to tip it out onto a piece of paper. And I folded this piece of paper in half so it's got a crease in the middle. And the reason I do that is so that then I can easily, because what I like to do is I like to save my pigment in a little jar so that I can do a whole bunch of burning and then save it and then just make up the paint as I go along, because I don't want to make up a lot of paint all in one go. So now I'm looking at this, I can see that there's still a little bit of hair in here. So this is going to go back to the burning stage. That's okay, I can do that later. I do have some in here that I can show you how to make the paint with. So you need a little plastic palette like you get at the Dollar Tree. And you're going to put some of your burnt cat hair into the little palette. And then the secret ingredient, if you've watched any of my videos already, you'll know this is my favourite thing in all the world, gum arabic, because this binds anything that we can grind to a powder. We can bind it with gum arabic and turn it into paint. So we're going to just put a few drops in with the burnt cat hair. Tip. And then with a little wooden stick you're going to mix it all together. So the gum arabic doesn't like to mix. It doesn't play nice with others. So it takes quite a long time to get this to mix together, but it's very important that you mix it really, really well, because if you don't, it's not going to, it's just not going to work. So can you see, even though I've put the gum arabic in here, it really doesn't want to allow the cat hair inside its little bubble. But it does eventually. You just keep stirring and eventually it will allow it to be part of its makeup there. But I think you can maybe see it starting to come together now as I'm stirring it. But it needs a lot of stirring. So I'm going to put that to one side, and like they say in the cooking shows, here's one I prepared earlier. Because once you've mixed your cat hair and your gum arabic, you're going to leave it overnight to set. So this is hard now, and now I can use this exactly like watercolour paint. And I'm going to show you how I do that. So here's a little cat hair cat that I sketched out earlier. So first of all, you've got to, just like watercolour, you've got to add some water and activate the paint. Kind of like get it going. But you'll be able to see once you have got it going, because your brush will turn black on the end, and you'll be able to see that it's picking up pigment. So I'm just going to, you see how nice and dark that is? I'm just going to do a little bit of this. I'm not going to paint the whole thing, but what I'll do is I'll turn the camera off and I will continue painting, and I'll show you what I finish up with. So to give the texture of fur, all I do is make little short strokes in the direction that the fur would go. So his shoulder's coming over here, so I would curl that over to follow the direction of his fur. So, and it looks a bit hokey right now and it's not all filled in, but that's okay, because you'd layer it. You build up the fur texture in layers. So this is just the first layer of hairs that I'm putting in here. So like on his, this is his hind leg, like his hock, his elbow if you will, at the back. So this would come over. So I'd follow the shape and contours of the I'm nearly calling him a horse then. The shape and contours of the cat with your brush strokes, so that it allows the animal to have shape and form. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there and turn off the camera, and I'll come back when he's all finished. Wasn't that fun? Burning things is just the best. And it's also better when hubby's not here, because then he makes me go outside to do all my burning and craziness. But he's on holiday right now, he's away. So I can do what I want. But wasn't that fun? I encourage you, if you're going to try this at home, make sure you're in a safe, well-ventilated place. And it's not really suitable for the kids to do. But I'm going to leave you now. Before I go, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, then you won't miss any of these crazy little videos. And I'm going to leave you with some of the art that I created from cat hair.